Hi guys, what's up? It's your girl M.C.S.datsme, and thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. Excuse me, I'm a little hoarse. I'm getting a cold, but it's your girl M.C.S. and thank you guys for coming in. If you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and go down to the bottom of this video, click that red subscribe button, that bell right beside it for notifications, and also the thumbs up the video, thumbs it up, thumbs it up. So now that y'all part of the family, we're about to have a story time again. That's right, story time. So, this story time goes back to probably 15 years ago or something like that. This is to tell you guys how my first experience was with my first boyfriend. My first boyfriend, he used to beat my ass. But yeah, on a serious note, yeah, he used to beat my ass. My first boyfriend, I met him through a friend of mine I went to school with in high school. He was my first boyfriend. I was 19 years old. I think because when I was in high school, I didn't really go out or anything. I was a mama's girl. I went to school and came back home to my mom all the way up to the 12th grade. But once I graduated, I started hanging out with a young lady that I went to high school with. We became best friends. Now we're ex-best friends, but that's a different story. Yeah, I used to hang out with her, and this guy that she was with at the time was brothers with the guy that became my boyfriend. We met at his house, and he was not really my type, but he was my type because he was a bad boy. He was a thug, and he smoked, he drank, he did all of the 9 yards. He stayed in trouble. He did all those things. And yes, I know y'all like, if he did all those things, why was you with him? I fell in love with the crazy nigga. I fell in love with him. And we start hanging out at his house. He never took me on a date. He never splurged me. He never did anything for me. But somehow I drew attached to him. Yes, he did take my virginity, but that's a whole different other story. Story time. Yes, I lost my virginity at 19. And yeah, the first worst time that I had with him him being my boyfriend, this was, I think, a couple of days after I lost my virginity. I didn't want to have sex with him, and that was the first time he interacted on putting his hands on me. And he never hit me in my face or punched me in my face or punched my body. He would do evil things like pinch the skin off of me, pinch me until I turned red. If I didn't want to have sex with him, he would pinch me in my private area until I said, I give up. Okay, let's do this. Or he would pinch me or pull my skin on my nipple or my breast area until I gave in to him. But still, yet I love the guy for some reason. I love him. I guess that's because he was my first boyfriend. Yes, we did have fun times together. We did have memorable moments. And yes, to this day, 19 years later, he's still trying to talk to me. And I'm 32 years old. And I remember one incident. That was the first time I seen what crack looked like. I was in a car with him, and it was snowing outside. Yes, in Mississippi, it was snowing in Mississippi. I got in the car with him and his friends, and they were all talking, smoking weed. I didn't smoke weed at the time. I only smoked weed twice, and I'm gonna tell you why I didn't like weed. But we were all in the car, and they would start smoking their weed, and all of a sudden, he was like, "Go stand outside." And it was snowing. It was cold as hell. I'm like, "Go stand outside for what? Like, it's warm in his car." And as he was talking to me to go stand outside, he put out a rolled up dollar bill. And the dollar bill was rolled up like a blunt. It was real, real, real tight. It was tight as hell, the dollar bill. And he unrolled it, and it was a white powder in the dollar. And I'm like, okay, let me go stand outside because you better not introduce me to this crack or whatever the hell it was. So I stood outside in the cold, in the snow, until he got high with his friends. And I saw him through the cracks of the window of him snorting the powder off the dollar. Yes, this is a true story. I know you probably don't believe it, but it's true. Um, but one thing I can say about him, he never volunteered for me to have some weed. Never volunteered for me to snort anything with him. Um, was he toxic to me? Yes, he was toxic, but I still loved him at the same time. Um, and I got back in the car and I pretended as if nothing happened, but I'm not dumb. I knew what it was and I seen him snort it myself. So after we left from there, we went. He dropped me off, and with him, he only at the beginning he only contacted me when it turned nighttime. That's when he wanted to see me, when it turned nighttime. Like the freaks come at night. That's the only time he wanted to see me. But this one incident, I was tired. I didn't feel good, and I was at home, and it was around 12 o'clock a.m. Basically at night, but it's a.m. And he's like, he called me, said, "Come outside." I'm like, "Why?" I said, "Because I don't feel good." And he said, "Well, come outside once you come to my house." I'm like, "I don't want to come to your house. I don't feel good." So he was like, "Okay." 2 hours passed, 3 hours passed, and I hear a knock at the door. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I hear a knock at the door, and I'm like, "Okay." So I go and answer the door. I said, "Who is it?" And he said my brother's name. So I'm thinking it's my brother. He said my brother's name. And I said, "Who?" He said he said my brother, which is mine, which is his first. He said his first name, which is Clarence. I said, "Clarence." He don't never say nothing like that, but I didn't think nothing of it. So he pretended to be my brother in order for me to open the door. I opened the door, and he grabbed me like this, and I stayed at the top floor of an apartment. He grabbed me like this, and he snugged me outside. He pushed me outside, and I walked from my house with no shoes or socks on all the way to his house. It's like maybe 4 miles from my house. 4 or 5. It's like I'll say it's about 15 blocks from my house. With no shoes and socks on. I'm crying all the way to his house. He's pushing me and pinching me and pushing me and pinching me. Talking about, "Come on," pushing me and pinching me, pushing me and pinching me. Like at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And he's shorter than me, but he's strong as hell. Um, and I finally made it to his house. My feet are hurting from all types of way. I'm crying, emotional. He brought me over there just to have sex with him. And of course I give in because the way he abused me is painful. It's very painful. And um I gave in to him, and he dropped me off at home in his mom's car. And the next day come by. By the time Valentine's Day been rolled around, and he got me a gift for Valentine's Day. That's right. He got me a gift for Valentine's Day. He got me a ring. He got me a ring for Valentine's Day. But guess what? That what was wrong with the ring? It was stolen. Yes, it was stolen. But I got something even better for you guys. This ring he got me Valentine's Day. He stole it off his mother's shelf and gave it to me. Put it in a box and gave it to me. This is how I found out it was his mother's. I went over to his mom's house about 3 or 4 days later. His mom was around me, and she said, "Oh, this is a nice ring, Melody." I'm like, "Thank you." She said, "Who gave it to you?" I said, "Archman." I said his name, but y'all probably don't know him. But I said, "So and so gave it to me," and um, she pulled him over to the side, and I heard them arguing. And that's when I figured out that the ring was his mom's, that he stole from her for Valentine's Day. And another incident, he stole me a necklace for my birthday, which was his mother's. And y'all, I've been through so much with my first boyfriend. And another incident that happened, he cheated on me with a lady who catch guys at truck stops, have sex with guys at truck stops. So basically, cheat on me with a prostitute. I found out about her because when I went over his house, she was already there on the couch, and that's how I found out about her. He was close to giving me an STD. It was very scary, and let me tell you how we ended this relationship. And I'm about to get out of here. If y'all want to know more about this story, come in at the bottom. I give you the full story. This is how we broke it up. I fought back for the first time. I fought back for the first time. When enough is enough, you get mad, pissed, and you don't care how bad you get hurt. You don't care how bad the fight is. You don't care if you get stabbed or what. If you mad, you mad, and there's nothing that can calm you down from it. I was at his house, and I think I was just getting rid of Mr. Cramps or whatever. I was in my little mood swings, and he kept pinching me, telling me, "Come on." He hid me in the closet because his mom was coming. Like, no, 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 no. It turns out it was his brother. And we was in the bathroom. He came in the bathroom where I was. And he's trying to get me off the toilet. So I said, okay, let me wash my vagina off. Let me wash my cooch off. I washed it off. I got up, pulled my pants up. I seen a glass wood knot beside me. I grabbed it. I punched the mirror right in front of me. I grabbed that piece of glass and I chased his ass down with that glass. I didn't care. Blood was in my eye. I chased his ass down with that glass, and that was the last time I saw him in person. That was the last time I saw him in person. And yeah, if y'all want to know more about this story, comment down below and I will definitely get back with you guys. I'm so free from domestic violence. I'm so happy that I got away from it. You guys, this is no fakeness. This is real deal, the real deal. I didn't know what relationship was. I didn't know how to have a boyfriend. All I knew was that I was in love with him, and he was making me smile sometimes, but most times, you know, it was abusive. But he did it the right way. So if you're in a domestic violence relationship, get out of it because it's not worth it. There's other fish in the sea that would do you way better. So yeah, that was my story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it's not too graphic for you. I messed up and said his name. You guys, hopefully you don't know him. So yeah, that's all I have for right now. I love you guys so much, and we're about to get out of here. Love, peace, and laugh more. It makes the soul better. I love you guys, and see you guys next time.